funny thing, Stormy Wellington was not available. And of course, I didn't think anybody wanted to assume my name, but the truth is, 9 years ago, Stormy Wellington was taken. And so when I got the name Coach Stormy from my daughter on Instagram, I was not a coach. As a matter of fact, I had just, went broke in network marketing. I had been in the industry, at the time, like 7 years. 3.5 of those 7 years, I fell into a deep, dark depression, and I lost myself. After being $1 million income earner in 7 months in my profession the first year, after building teams all over the world, something happened to me. And I know that there are many of you all watching right now that, unfortunately, when we get into this profession, we think that life is going to be gravy. We think that everything is going to be great. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you make up in your mind to get into network marketing, things are going to change for you. Like your family and friends may think you're crazy. They may think that, you're a scammer. They may think that you've lost your mind. They may think, here she comes, trying to sell me something, trying to sign up me for something. And that was my reality. But something about having leadership and watching other people succeed in a real, like, unknown profession made me believe that I can do it. And so I want to tell you all that when I look back over my career, I had to earn the name Coach Stormy. And the truth is, I started off looking at me. How many of you all tonight tuned in really have big dreams and big goals? Drop a one if you have big dreams and big goals. As a matter of fact, I want you to drop a two if you have not yet accomplished some of your biggest dreams and some of your biggest goals. See, so many people like to put us in this box of I'm a teacher, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a wife, or, I'm a mom. But I like to believe that don't look at a box as if you're boxed in. Look at the box and all the size that the box possesses. You got the front of the box, the back of the box. You got the top of the box, the bottom of the box. Imagine that you decided to live your life truthfully as who you are. And that's one of the things I think that we have forgotten about this profession, that you get to build a life around this profession. You get to create a life around this profession. This profession doesn't mean that you stop being a mom. This profession doesn't mean that you stop, going to the grocery store. This profession doesn't mean that you stop hanging out. This profession doesn't mean that you lose your edge. This profession doesn't mean that you lose your sexy. This profession doesn't mean that you lose your swag. This profession means that you wrap it around who you are. And the day I woke up and I decided that I can be Stormy Wellington, I don't have to be what the world tells me to be. I can literally wrap this business around my life. And that's the thing that I think is so amazing. We get to build a life in this profession. We get to learn ourselves in this profession. I mean, can you imagine coming into this profession? It doesn't matter if you come from Yale or jail, okay? It doesn't matter if you have a PhD or a GED. It doesn't matter if you live in a White House, the outhouse, the penthouse. It doesn't matter. I love how this profession allows you to come as your authentic self. It allows you to grow in it. Write this down. I like to believe that this profession really is a personal development profession that allows you to sell products and services. Because the truth is, as you grow through this profession, you get to notice that, wait a minute, there's room for me. There's room for somebody like me. There's room for somebody like me who didn't graduate from high school. Y'all, I dropped out in the ninth grade. So out goes you got to be educated. Because Stormy Wellington made sure that she dispelled that theory. All right? What about being a teenage mom? I had my first child at 15. Right? But guess what? The world might have said you shouldn't be anybody but a baby mama. Because I had my first child at 15, my second child at 19. I had 2 kids from 2 different men. And of course, the whole world would say you shouldn't amount to anybody because you're so busy trying to be a mom. And how can you build? But look, I dispelled that rumor as well. And so whatever you are, whoever you are, you get to come here authentically as you and grow through the process. Now I want to share something with you. You heard from many speakers today, and I'm sure that you took many notes. And one of the things that I've learned throughout my career is that you'll show up to events, and we'll have pages and pages of notes, and we'll be on high for the events, and we'll be excited about the events, and then we leave the events, and it's like we lose a page of notes. But I want to tell you that it's not about the information that you hear. It's not about the information that's downloaded in your mind that's going to make the difference for you. It's about the reprogramming of your mind, the renewing of your mind, the deciding that, you know what, this is my season right here. It is time for me to truly step into the fullness of who I see myself becoming. How many of you all tapped in right now? See yourself becoming somebody great in 2022. I want you to drop some fire. I want to see fire light up the screens right now. If you believe that 2022, you about to step into a new territory. Come on, I want to see fire all on the screen. Come on, fire up the screen. Let me tell you something. That is probably one of the most important things that you could do. See, they may not tell you this. A lot of times they tell you to believe in a company, and they tell you to believe in a product. They tell you to believe in a service. They tell you to believe in your team. But when the last time you really understood the power of believing in you? As a matter of fact, I want you to drop in the comment section right now, Me Inc. I want you to drop Me Inc. in the comment section. Because moving into 2022, I want to encourage you to start handling yourself like you are a corporation. Look at yourself like you are a billion-dollar empire. Right now, you may be like Steve Jobs when he was in that little office. You know, you may be like Mark Zuckerberg when he had that meeting with his college friends. You may be like Walt Disney when they told him that his vision and his dream was too big. You may be in that stage of your business. But you got to know that everything big in life started small. Everything big was once small. And until you believe in the bigness of your dreams, of the greatness of yourself, and until you start treating yourself like a corporation, everybody will treat you like you're nobody. You got to literally set boundaries for yourself. How do you treat your corporation? Treat yourself like when I wake up in the morning, that means my business is open. What does that mean when I wake up in the morning, my business is open? That means when you wake up in the morning, if you are Me Inc., what would you do to set yourself on fire in the mornings to make sure that you are handling your corporation correctly? But let me share with you a little bit about what Stormy Wellington does. And this is probably one of the single most important things that I've done for Stormy, which is I ask myself every morning when I wake up, I check in. I check in with myself. I say, Stormy, how are you feeling, Stormy? How are you feeling, Stormy? And I really respond back. And if I feel like I need to lay down for 5-10 more minutes, I lay down. If I feel like I need to say a deeper prayer, I say a deeper prayer. If I think I feel like I need to clap my hands, or I need to stretch, like I really ask myself, how am I doing? See, a lot of us, we wait on somebody else to ask us how we doing. We wait on somebody else to give us a dream or give us a green light or give us permission. But I'm here to tell you that in this next season, and even right now, let's start today. You know, we are what? 27 days away from the new year. Let's not be like the other 97% in the world who waits for New Year's resolutions. Let's decide right now, really and truly, who we want to be for next year. And so Me Inc., you wake up in the morning, what do you do as a corporate owner or a global industry owner? Because again, people will buy you before they buy a product. People will buy you before they buy a service. And if you don't believe me, why is it that you got people in my company that can't even make $100, $200, but then you got people that's making $1 million? I'm going to repeat that. Why is it that there are people in your company that you're in right now, that are making 6 and 7 figures a year or maybe a month, but yet and still you have not gotten there yet? I want you to drop in the conversation if you understand what I'm talking about when I say yet. You have not gotten there yet. So your ability to define who are you as Me Inc. is everything. And so when I started to define myself and I woke up every morning, I check in with Stormy, like Stormy Nicole Wellington, how are you? It changed the game for me. Because what happens with a lot of people is that they wake up in the morning and they operate at 30% of the 70% that they wasn't operating on in the first place. Most people operate, and repeat that. If you are Me Inc., and you already not giving yourself 100%, right? Because life beats you down, situations happen, your husband says something wrong, you stub your toe on the side of the bed, your boyfriend didn't call you, your upline ain't talking back to you, somebody quit the business that told you they were going to be the next best thing, and so now you in this big old funk. But what if you woke up in the morning and you realize that I have to treat myself like I am a corporation, and I can't run my corporation on emotion? So I can't be driven by an emotion, because can I tell y'all this? Can I tell y'all this? It's not that hard to become successful. It's not. But you know what's hard? Trying to stay successful. That's the hardest thing. So I'm telling you, a lot of people think they want success. When it's hard to stay successful, you now have to beat your last win. So check in with yourself every morning when you wake up. Decide that you're going to treat every day like it's a new day. New day. I want you to drop in the comment section right now that I'm going to treat every day like it's new. New rules, new day. So I wake up, I check in with myself. After I check in with myself, regardless of how I feel emotionally, I may say, okay, Stormy, today is this day. You can't feel like this today, Queen. Empress. I know that you sad. I know your feelings is hurt. I know she hurts your feelings. I know you're trying to figure out what is happening. I know you're trying to answer the question of, what did I do to deserve this? But I'm sorry to tell you, sis, you can't feel like that today, because today you got things to do. See, some of y'all need to know that every day not going to be a good day, but every day you do have to recognize that when you got things to do, you got things to do. So I meditate after I wake up and I pray. I do my meditation. And during my meditation, I see life as I want it to be. See, people think meditation is quirky and it's whatever, but it is the single most opportune time for me to make up this life that I desire, even though I'm not there yet. Please drop yet in the comment section. So I get to get into my mind. I get to reprogram. I get to ask myself again, what am I dealing with? I get to see myself as I desire my life to be. I get to see myself maneuvering in my day. I get to see myself doing whatever I want to see happen in my future. See, I believe that demonstration is manifestation, and the part of you demonstrating is you acting like it's already done. I see the downline all around the world, all across the country. I see my downline in Brazil. I see my downline in Europe. I see my team putting numbers on the board. And I also respect and I recognize, right, that feeling good is a strategy. See, so many people, y'all, are at an all-time high of depression, of low self-esteem, of feeling like they don't belong. So when you get into your meditative state, you're able to see the future. You're able to say what I want and what I don't want. And I want y'all to write this one down. Your vision for your life will create the disciplines for your life. You have to have a vision. And the way you make your vision concrete, that is undisputable, undebatable, is by visiting your vision every day on the cameras of your imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, I am doing what the world would never believe that I could do. My organization is over 700,000 people all around the world. And I started with one, me. I never had somebody sponsored place in my organization. I never had a leg of business given to me. I've lost legs of business. I've had people quit the business. But I built my business on love. And the love that I want you guys to start thinking about when I say I built my business on love, I built my business on self-love. And recognizing that you multiply that in which you are. You attract who in which you are. And so every day when I wake up and I get into Meet Inc., I know what my corporation would do. I know my corporation will show up today. I show up for my corporation. Social media, y'all, I'm sorry to tell you, I want you guys to know that you cannot run from social media. It ain't going nowhere, Ellen. Hey, Nick, I see you. It ain't going nowhere. Doreen, I see you. It ain't going nowhere, y'all. This technology that we have, it ain't going nowhere. So we have to learn how to embrace technology. We have to know that the world that we were once prepared to live in, it is like non-existent, Vanessa. It is really non-existent. And so now that we're watching this world evolve, can I tell y'all what's so beautiful? And please hear me on this one, y'all. Please drop a heart if you feel this statement right here. You get to recreate your life on social media with people that don't know who you used to be. Come on, somebody. You get to recreate your life on social media with people that don't know who you used to be. That's what I love about even this profession. You can decide every day is a new day. I don't care what I tolerated yesterday. The new me is not tolerating it no more. I don't care what I used to eat yesterday. The new me has to master the physical, and I'm not eating like that no more. I don't care where I used to hang at. The new me can't hang there no more. And so, guys, network marketing, prayer with social media allows us to assume a whole new identity. And what's wrong with that, might I ask? What's wrong if I decide that I don't want to be the amazing stay-at-home mom anymore? I don't want to be the stay-at-home mom anymore. I don't want to be the teacher that I went to college and I got 3 degrees to get. Yeah, I changed my mind. I don't want to be an educator no more, teaching in the school system. I want to educate in network marketing. What if you decided that I don't want to work at the doctor's office no more and be a nurse's aide or an assistant or a lawyer? You can become anybody in this profession, and I told you in the beginning, we don't care where you started from. I love this profession. You can recreate at any given moment. As a matter of fact, write this down. The new R&R is not rest and relaxation only. You need that too. It's not Rolls Royce. You should buy them too one day. But you know what the new R&R is? Reinvent yourself and stay relevant. Reinvent yourself and stay relevant. Do you know that the minute that you decide to have a bigger voice and to not be what the world wants you to be, do you know you now step into the top 1% of the world? Do you know when you decide that you're no longer going to be what the world wants you to be, regardless of what you used to want to be, you change your mind? Do you know that you step into the top 1% of the world? Because most people are afraid of what people are going to think about them. One of the greatest fears in the world is criticism. One of the greatest fears in the world is being broke. One of the greatest fears in the world is being talked about. But oh, when you wake up and you decide that, you know what? I changed my mind about some things. And I want to tell y'all, that's what I do over and over again. I use it, it's something called ADD. Because when I was a little girl, people would tell me I had ADD, and I never got clinically diagnosed with ADD. But imagine being a kid and being told that you have ADD and thinking that you're like kind of slow or something wrong with you, and hearing everybody say she would never become nobody because she doesn't know how to focus, and you really think that you kind of mentally kind of off because you don't know how to focus, and you learn how to turn that ADD around to something that serves you, and I call it ADB, attention deficit benefit. But I had to turn it into an acronym because the ADD kept haunting me. And I want to encourage you guys to do today, on this day, December the 3rd. I want you to live your life according to a new set of rules. And the only people that can set these rules for you will be you. Let me tell you a little secret that I came up with. I decided to have inner balance and outer boundaries. Because see, here's the reality. Nobody can tell you that you need to balance. What is balance? That doesn't make sense. What do? I give a third, a third, a third. What is really balance? I can tell you have inner balance, meaning you're able to feel what you feel. Do you feel happy today? Do you feel sad today? Do you feel mad today? Do you feel like it's time for you to pivot today? Like, don't be afraid to assess your life over and over and over again. And it's okay to say, I don't like the old life that I created. I want a new life. And it's okay to see this new life on the canvas of your imagination every day and to decide that I'm going to do everything necessary to walk out my new life. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share with you what I end up doing. I looked around, y'all. I looked around. And I said, what is this? I assessed. I said, what is this? Who are these people? Why do I feel like this? Why am I waking up on the wrong side of the bed every day? Why do I feel like these people don't appreciate me? And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the worst feelings in the world is to be around a group of people that make you question who you are. And I just got tired of it. I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but I got tired of it. I got tired of it, Gwyneth Lewis. I got tired of it, Gary Smith. I got tired of it, Jennifer Butler. I got tired of it with Ray J. Johnson. And I said, you know what? I got to make them know that I'm not playing no more. Better yet, I got to make myself know that I'm not playing no more. And I sat down and I started to write down a set of new rules. And these new rules were literally boundaries that I set for myself to make sure that I don't go back to the people and the environments that made me feel less than. See, anybody can teach you how to build a network marketing, y'all. Come on, you know what to do. You know how to sell the product or the service. Become it, live it, be consistent. But it's not the knowing the how that makes us go build this industry. It's the awareness of who you want to be and who you are showing up as. It's the D, deciding who you're going to show up as. And it's the dividing yourself away from whatever stops you from multiplying your life. Let me repeat that, Michael. Let me repeat that, Tarena. Let me repeat that, Bobby. I want to repeat what I'm saying to you. Catherine. It's the waking up and the realizing that I'm not playing with myself no more. Because if I really got 80 years to live or 72 years to live, according to statistics, I'm 35, I'm 40, I'm 45, I'm 50. I don't have more time to waste. And so I want to encourage you tonight, before you retire your head to the pillow tonight, you do what I did. I literally came up with a bunch of new rules. I'm going to give you some of my new rules just to help you to get yours together. And I want you to know new rules mean that you are not tolerating what you used to tolerate no more. Because you're stepping into greatness in 2022, but you're starting right now, 27 days away. I will always choose higher over comfort. New rules. Write that down. I will always choose higher over evil. New rules. I would never be afraid to go alone. New rules. I will no longer doubt myself. New rules. I will no longer put myself last. New rules. I will set boundaries for myself. New rules. I will treat people how I want to be treated in spite of how they treat me. If not, I will leave the relationship. New rules. Where there is no mutual reciprocity, there can be no relationship. New rules. If our visions don't align, now is not the time. New rules. Me first. New rules. When the disrespect starts, I leave. New rules. If the role that you are playing in my life stops, then you have to go. New rules. Let me repeat that. If the role that you are playing in my life stops, then you have to go. New rules. If you can't respect my presence, then my absence will be felt. New rules. I have a lot to do. Take care of me, and I'll take care of you. New rules. I decided to release everyone that makes me question my existence. New rules. Today is the day that each and every one of us should at least make the decision that we are going to move forward. We don't have no more time to waste. We don't have no more time to waste on people that don't believe in us. If you don't believe in me, there's no problem. Let me go do what I need to do to make me believe in me. And hopefully you'll catch up later. We don't have time to waste with people that don't want to support our dreams and our goals. Because it takes too much energy to try to force a person to support your dreams and your goals. There's so many of you all right now that you know that you've been selling in many areas of your life.
Absence.
You know that this profession is the single most amazing profession in creating change, and it has changed the lives of so many people. When I think about GoPro, and this year, I gotta say, you know, Eric Worre, Marina Worre, you guys really, really, really changed my life. Like, you guys really changed my life. You guys really make me appreciate. You guys make me appreciate my difference. You make me know that it's okay to be this authentic, flashy empress of a black girl. You allow me to grace your stage and bring bring leaders and show leaders that you can earn a seat at the table. And I want to tell each and every one of you, I know there's hundreds of thousands of you that's going to view this. You can earn a seat at this table in this profession. I always knew that Eric was going to see me one day. I always knew that Marina was going to see me one day. And just like I had a Latina woman by the name of Ana Contenta just share today at about 7 o'clock. She made a decision that she was going to work until Eric and Marina saw her. And that is my very same sentiments. See, a lot of people have no dignity and they have no self-respect. But I want to encourage you guys. Sometimes you'll be more inspired to do something for somebody else to see you than you would do for you to even see yourself. But in this next season, you're going to have to see yourself. You're going to have to see yourself. Because nobody's going to see you if you don't recognize the power that lies within you. Miss Gary and Nolan with that pretty baby. Laura Bowden, Pam Fisher. You have to know that you have the power within you. And that there are people that need to see you win. And that's the story that I tell myself every day. Stormy, if you quit, do you know how many people are going to quit with you, Stormy Wellington? You are the example for the culture. You need to show up for yourself first. But you need to show up because the culture needs an example. I'm going to ask you today, who do you believe needs you to show up? I heard I think it was the Asian guy talk about wanting to tap into the Asian community. Do you need to be that example for the Asian community? If I'm talking to you right now and you want to tap into the Asian community because you have a message for the Asian population, right now I want you to drop a 1 if you have a message for the Asian population. If you're a Latina and Latina, drop a 2. Because see, you have to be willing to publicly say who you have a mission for. Like, I'm not afraid to publicly tell you I am talking to the black woman. I am talking to the black man first. I am talking to the Latinos. Because that is my message. I know that everybody gets it. Eric and Marina is white. They got it. But I had to talk to one first. And then everybody else began to hear me. It's okay to say I'm talking to the Asians. It's okay to say I'm talking to the Africans. It's okay to say I'm talking to the Latinos. It's okay to say I'm talking to the Chinese. It's okay to say I'm talking to the Mexicans. It's okay to say I'm talking to the Africans. It's okay because all you got to do is have a vision. The vision for your life will create the discipline for your life. And as you show up in that vision consistently, with dignity, with pride, with humility, with integrity, with respect, with honor, and you never forget those that's your predecessors, those that's your mentees, those that need you. Never forget that. And let me tell y'all something, what I've learned. The world will open up to you in such a beautiful way. In spite of your trials and tribulations, even mine, the world will open up for you in a very beautiful way if you open up for it, if you open up to it, if you embrace it. And so today, for me, my dreams have come true. And I realize now, because of today, not only did Stormy Wellington speak on GoPro stage, a dream come true for me, but my number 1 earning Latina spoke on this stage as well. My number 1 earning American spoke on this stage as well. And I know that each and every one of us have an opportunity to grow through our adversity and to show up in spite of what the world may throw at us, man. Just keep showing up. They told me I wasn't going to be nobody. But look at me, the number 1 income earner in the industry of health and wellness and network marketing. A little black girl by the name of Stormy Nicole Wellington. And so, guys, show up for yourself. Show up and be the example. And you never quit and you never stop believing. Thank you so much. Listen, I got something for y'all. I don't know if I can pass it out, but I would love to text my new rules to you guys. If you could just text the word new rules to 786-321-0618. I just randomly, for no reason, would text out a new rule, and you'll be surprised how you need it at the moment that you get it. So, Eric, please hear my heart. Like, please, like, what you are doing for this profession is a blessing. I know that it's overwhelming. I know that it doesn't get the notoriety and the recognition that it needs even right now. But thank you, because you keep people like me going. Because I know that if I don't show up, you're not gonna present me to the world. I know if I show up for the world, you'll keep showing up for me. Thank you so much for creating this platform for us to see that this industry is so big, but yet so small. Thank you so much, Mr. Ward.
Stormy Nicole Wellington, give her a big round of applause, everybody. My friend, is it too narrow for me to speak to my Norwegian people? I'm just kidding. My Norwegian friends, where are you? There's a couple of you.